Hello my creative friends. I'm going to show you today how to make this cute little pennant banner. I made it as a Christmas gift and I'm making a second one to hang in my home. It's so pretty. I didn't want to give it away, but I needed to, so I'm making a second one. So I figured you might like it. You can make it as a quick and easy gift, or you can make it for your own home decor. When I get a package of paper, I kind of like to keep it together, so I'll keep it in the plastic sleeve it comes in as long as I can. But the smaller pieces, as I cut them up and have scraps, I put them in these little page protectors. I just got this pack from Staples, and I can keep my leftovers in there and keep them together. Just a little tip. The first thing you're going to do is cut out triangles. You can cut them out whatever size you want. If you have an angled line on your cutter, makes it pretty easy to cut. Otherwise, you can, I used a Cricut to cut these out. You can measure the sides and go down. Once you make your first cut, it's really easy to make the rest of them. Since I was using Designer Series paper and I wanted this to last a little bit longer, I backed it with a piece of cardstock. So I cut two of these out. I cut the Designer Series paper and I cut another one with the cardstock, and then I used Tombow Mono Multi adhesive glue to glue it together. And I used this glue for most of the project. I zoomed in a bit so you can see the center design a little bit better. I used my circle framelits to cut out the circle with this oh, I don't know what it's called. I'll put a description on there. I want to say it's copper or bronze glimmer paper. You could use silver, you could use red, you could use whatever color you have. I might make one in blue for my living room mantle because we like to decorate in frosty blue and silver for Christmas. And then I took several of my scallop circle punches in various sizes, and I punched out more of that Designer Series paper in all, like I said, all different sizes. Then I took some crumb cake ink and a sponge, and I just sponged the edges of all of my DSP. Then I crumpled it all up. One of the things that makes it easier to crumble is if you squirt it with a little bit of water or rubbing alcohol with your spritzer tool. This one has a little bit of shimmer paint in it, so it added a little shimmer. But you can do it without. The thing is, you just want to get it a little bit crumpled and wrinkled. Open it up, do it in different directions, and then you just start layering them. So I've got a layer of my glimmer paper, a layer of the biggest circle, a layer of the next size scallop circle, and a layer of the smallest one. And like I said before, I adhered all of them with the Tombow Mono Multi Glue. Now for the letters, if you have Sizzix letters, you can cut them out with a Sizzix. You can use a stencil. Like I said, I have the Cricut, so I used the Cricut and cut out the Joy. I used my glue to glue it onto the flower part, and then I used two layers, if you can see, yeah, two layers of dimensionals on the part that wasn't on the center flower. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So that it could stay raised above. For the center of the Joy, the center of the O, I used a glitter brad that I think has been retired, but it was Stampin' Up. The next thing I did was to punch holes in the top of each corner of the triangles, and I used my Crop-A-Dile. You can use just a regular hole punch. If you get it big enough, you can even just use your paper piercer. It depends on on how big your ribbon is that you're using. Or you could use linen thread, baker's twine, anything like that. And as you can see, I strung it through, in and out and in and out. And for this one, I wanted the ribbon to be on the back, mostly because I had cut my letters so big. I didn't want it going over or behind these letters. So if you wanted it, you could do it in front and do your letters a little bit smaller or place them a little bit differently. Then what I did, and I thought this was just the cutest little touch, I don't know why, but I just love it. I used the crochet trim and the basic black, what is this, 1/8 inch taffeta ribbon. And I just put them together. I cut a little piece of it off and I tied a knot around the crumb cake taffeta ribbon. And so I just tied it one on either side and one in between these two. To tie it up, I've got a loose knot at the end, and I tied a loose bow on here. And that way the recipient can decide, she's got a little bit of extra playroom. She can make a knot and hang it. I have a little loop that it will hang on, so I'll probably end up tying this to that loop that's on the shelf. I hope you like this project. I hope it's quick and easy for you as well. Like I said, if you don't have a Cricut, use a stencil. You can use maybe little Santas and mittens and stockings. Look at your framelits, look at your stickers and see what you have. Just play with it. Some other sentiments you could use would be obviously Merry or Wish. Peace would be good as well. Think of this as a fun thing for birthdays too. So you could do numbers and have 16 and hearts on either side for Sweet 16. I hope that you'll play with it and let me know what you come up with. Thank you for joining me today. Have a Merry Christmas. Hope you find some time today to get a little creative. Bye. The next thing I did was I used my Crop-A-Dile to punch holes in the corner of each of these top of the okay.